Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight, there have been many
Drama.
things. Many things has happened. We have saved the universe. That has happened. We did that. We have done a lot of good. And now it's time for us to continue doing good in Matt's golden ending. Matt.
Yes, hello everyone.
Oh,
And first off, let's dial it down a moment. You guys saved the Magambia and then Tombu.
yeah, same
Let's
thing.
not get ahead of ourselves.
Um,
Saving the universe.
It could have been the
you
rest
know
of the
what?
universe.
The ant could have gotten like antsy and gone for the rest of it.
Yeah, but
But
then the Pathfinder Society would have sent some people and they would have wrapped it up in like 3 hours.
that's fair. But
Would they?
I mean, I don't know, they might have been
that's
TPK'd.
that's not
Even-
as important, especially if I was running it. That's not as important right now as the fact that we have many other shows here on the channel that you can watch. Like tomorrow night, we have the Sprout stream with Will, Sarah, Matt, TJ. Possibly Sarah, I don't know. It depends on who's available, what we're doing. But either way,
It's flexible.
Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow. It's a casual stream.
I'll be there. It's Friday. I won't be there.
That's fair.
We rightfully bully data for not knowing where things are
Committing crimes.
constantly.
Consistently.
But yes, so we're doing that. It's going to be a good time. Tomorrow, there's a non-zero chance that I will get Miner to level 100, which is exciting for me. Matt, you're going to want to level Blacksmith.
Will I?
Yes. Purely to do the Blacksmith quest line, which in the most current expansion involves a Catwoman.
A very buff tank top wearing cat.
God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn you both. How dare you snipe me through the window?
It's almost like we know what you like, Matt. But speaking of knowing what Matt likes, on Wednesday night, we have Wild Ambition. Do you like trauma?
Do you like trauma?
Yeah, I like
Yeah, I
trauma.
like trauma.
Do you like Miss Honey Madeline? Do you like McKenna? Join us for a very McKenna heavy episode.
Oh boy, I'm sorry in advance.
Then on Thursday we're off, but Friday we're back with the Astral Calling. Our party fights a dragon and a machine. And it's going to be wild. It's going to be a very interesting fight. It's going to span the entirety of a city. It's going to be very cool. Lastly, Saturday, Tabletop Rolls presents Celasta with the Tabletop Bros.
Yee.
We got there.
Immediately looks at Zoe,
Uh,
and we're good.
I don't know why we keep assuming Zoe knows what Cap's doing.
I always just look at Zoe now. Then on Sunday, Cozy Co-op. Will we be able to Cozy Co-op? Who knows? We'll let you know, chat, when we know, and from there we will do things. Otherwise, I will go to space and hang out with bunnies.
Space.
Bunnies.
Bunnies in space.
Love it.
Operates.
Yeah.
My favies. I love lap.
Or else I'll just continue leveling up all my crafters and gatherers. That could happen too, because I'm almost there. I almost have another class at level 100, which is a lot for me. But you're
I
not
just
here.
got culinarian to 100 last night.
Nice.
You're the
But
master chef.
you're not here to hear me talk about Final Fantasy XIV, the award-winning MMO, now with free trial all the way up to Stormblood. No, you're
That's
here to
not
watch
right.
the Strength of Thousands AP, run by Matt, who I will say now, Matthias, Matthew Wu, take it away.
No.
I was with you till that last one.
What, Matthew Wu?
For a very specific reason. Back when I was in high school, we had computer lab, and they all had those silly iFruit computers, you know, that were small ones with like colored plastic backs. And it was
Oh,
video
the old
editing.
school Max.
It was. And as
I
part of our
love
video
those.
editing class, we had a sample clip of video that we had to edit, and it was just this clip of these two little children chasing a dog around like a pool, and they went, "Oh, Maddie." But because people were editing this and they would have to, replay this clip so many times, I heard that a million times. And now the phrase Maddie or anything close to that, it's triggering. I hate it.
Fills you with rage.
As many things do.
Hmm.
Like cursive writing. Anyway,
Is it cursive?
it's
Love cursive
curse-worthy.
writing.
I hate cursive writing. It
I
encourages
love
bad
it.
penmanship. No, most 90% of the people who use it are just being lazy.
No, leave me
Or
alone.
They could be expeditious. There is a purpose behind cursive and shorthand.
Yeah, it's to go faster.
Yeah. Which
If
leads
you are
to-
doing something like taking notes while someone is dictating, like that's it. It does have a purpose.
There are
Uh,
dictaphone things. You don't need to take notes anyway.
You heard
Stop
it here
taking
first.
jobs away from people, Matthew. God.
It would make my job easier. But anyway, enough about my administrative assistant woes. We're here to play the Strength of Thousands, which has no bureaucracy at all. Because, why?
Well,
The world has possibly been shaken. What does that say?
Backwards, you fool.
Leave my cursive alone.
I refuse. Um,
I
so the-
appreciate your cursive, Sarah.
Anyway, I appreciate many things, just not that. Lots to recap. A lot happened in the last episode.
We
You
killed
guys
God.
got, or at least beat it into a sort of better reincarnation where now it's a big, friendly, giant sort of magic ant that protects the school. But
With a little pink bow.
little pink boa, because it's a cutie pie and it's very friendly and it probably eats sugar cubes out of people's hands. Actually, probably don't feed ants sugar cubes. They'll get like diabetes or something.
Ant diabetes.
Ant diabetes.
The diabetes.
Wait, they're ants. It can't be diabetes. Huh?
Diet aunties.
No.
Yeah.
Will is struck by lightning.
In
In-
real life, not even in the game.
In
Pissed off Matt
Egret.
so badly that he
In-
now controls real life weather.
in the butt.
What?
Struck by lightning in the butt.
Matt going full Cooper on us.
What?
Back to the adventure that doesn't involve real life lightning.
Not yet.
Before
Yeah.
the best and the brightest, our group of Magambia teachers / new magic warriors probably could enjoy their victory. The machinations of the illuminated tree and their unseen leader finally, almost literally, bore fruit. Magic tree roots descended from the sky en masse, skewering people, but then seemingly drawing out letters and words and like little scrolls and stuff, leaving them in a sort of comatose state. Thanks to the efforts of both Old Mage Jatembe using the last of his power after being drained enacting a huge ritual, and your party friend Mercedes perhaps having to draw upon the darkness that she had thought she had managed to overcome to empower herself enough to send you guys where you needed to be.
Granted in the service of good, so it does not break Igor's rule to her, so Igor does not need to murk her.
Well, here's the thing about acts of self-sacrifice. They often require a bit of sacrifice.
You give me my girl back right now.
I mean, I might be willing to. You might get double the girl. I'm just saying.
Oh no.
See, that worries me,
I've
Matthew.
got 6 arms.
I have so many hands to hold
I
other
have
hands.
so many hands to hold other hands.
Aw.
You guys found yourselves in a very different place. You found yourselves at the foot of a vast stone and ancient ziggurat, with reality sort of like coming apart at the seams around you in a sort of slow, chaotic, dreamlike tableau. You also managed to discover a message left behind for Charlotte, and probably Charlotte's friends, though, who that might be was unknown to the author of the message, who was Charlotte's grandmother, who has since passed but left wisdom and a warning and a cute little hat. All very important things. But as you all prepared to approach the ziggurat a little bit, at least to try and sort of figure things out, a surprising voice came from a surprising source. But before we dive into that, Will, why don't you go ahead, roll that first ad break and the intro, which I just realized I forgot to get you guys the new
Are we
intro.
not introducing ourselves?
Oh yeah, I suppose we could do that. I mean, if you think it's important.
Nah, y'all know who we are.
Yeah, we know who we are.
No, quickly, we'll go around the thing real quick. Will, please introduce yourself, your character here at the possibly the end of all things or at the end of this story. And as a fun little question for today, if you could create your own like social media website with a very specific focus, what would it be?
Will, tabletop role, Igora, Gamma, Choco. Social media thing that I would make. Imagine, if you will. TTRPG, just like, I don't know. Something to do with TTRPG, group finding. Maybe with like a little bit of like just like other fun things. We could have like a giant like party. We could have like some sort of ball that could be like related to TTRPGs, and it would be better than the book talk ball.
Wow, that's a low bar.
Speaking
Not
of
aiming very high.
speaking for aiming high and high bars, we have McKenna. Please introduce yourself, your character, and what your custom bespoke social media platform would be.
Hi everyone, my name is McKenna Raytine and I'm playing Avi, our Nyctera witch, and her familiar Agate, who's currently engaged in a brutal staring contest with her arch nemesis, Caccio. McKenna Ray art on all the platforms, and also if I could make my own platform, I want a website for sharing art that shreds the hard drive of anyone that tries to scrape that website to make AI models off of.
So in reality, it's just like a trap. You're trying to
It's
get
both.
people in. Oh,
It's both. Not only do I want a safe space for people to share their art where it's not going to be scraped to hell, there are ones that are trying and respectfully they're not succeeding, which I understand it's a digital arms race out there, but I would create a platform where there would be no more arms racing somehow magically. It would just be a safe space, and if you tried to download shit to make an AI model, you would immediately the computer just explodes. That's it. That's the website.
and thank you. Moving on to someone whose character knows a lot about an arms race, we have Sarah.
Everybody, I'm Sarah Margaret. I play Charlotte, the naughty toxicologist. And for me, social media site. I would have a social media site that very particularly does nothing but pet photos at all times. And it is every post you do must have an animal of some nature within it. It cannot be any human. It cannot be anything. You can chat about your sweet animal at all times. Doesn't need to be a pet. It just needs to be animals. And there's an algorithm that if there's a mean word that gets put in a comment about anything, it immediately gets scrubbed.
Real good moderation teams is a requirement, I think, for all of these things so far.
Correct.
And last but not least, who is likely going to be the belle of the ball tonight, we have Zoe Pose.
Hey guys, I'm Zoe. I go by Zosie Pose, and I am playing Ophelia, our elven bard. And for a social media site, I think crafts, cosplay, together. This is great. This is a fun time. Excellent.
I like it.
The three of us need to do a social media site that is able to fight off against AI. You're able to post your art safely. You can show off your photographs of your pets, and then you can also be proud and have a place where you can post your cosplays and your crafts and your artworks.
I think this is a beautiful dream. For my social media website, it would actually be a sort of chapter-based cooperative exploration slash puzzle kind of thing. I've always liked the idea, even like in a video game format, where the entire thing is that all the players are trying to solve very interesting puzzles to just sort of progress deeper and deeper and deeper into like a temple or a tomb or maybe a very old spaceship in space or something. But it is like it's time consuming puzzles, and there's like time locks, and you have to do certain things at certain times. It's literally impossible to speedrun it. Like, unless you do it the exact moment it's available. But something like that, I think that would just be really cool, and it would promote a lot of like community and discussion in between when puzzles are solved and when new ones are available. Sure, there's a subreddit for that already, but whatever.
Probably.
Now we can probably roll that first thing in intro.
Yes. Here we go, chat. I hope you're ready. It's going to be a fun time for everyone.
No new intro yet. I got busy on the weekend.
Next week. Next.
Yes.
You're a busy guy, man. It's all good.
When last we left the best and the brightest, Ophelia. First off, at the top of the game today, you're getting 3 hero points. Not in addition, but you're starting with 3. But here's the thing, you're not the only one who has access to them.
Oh, great. Love that.
So when we last left, everyone had like, oh yes, let's investigate this temple. We need to fix this, whatever happened. But unfortunately, a dissonant voice spoke out, and surprisingly, it came from Ophelia, seemingly unbidden. And so, Ophelia, I'm going to have to ask you to make 3 wisdom saves. Again.
Will saves?
Yes. Too much Baldur's Gate.
Like,
You too much
Okay, there.
Baldur's Gate?
No such
Ever.
thing. No such thing.
I didn't play any today. Ooh, we have a nice spread here, actually.
Yeah.
A 3, an 8, and an 18. So you feel in this moment not only like you're suddenly being aware of conversations happening in 3 rooms around you in different directions, but you also feel like you want to move in like 3 different directions. Your whole body is like twitching and moving, and as you kind of look to your hands, you see that same effect that people had described for you when you tried to go to Akaton, where now you've got like 3 sort of slightly transparent versions of yourself kind of. It's, you know how like sometimes where they break down like how 3D works and you see like the blue, the red, and the green all at once but slightly off center from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Except this time there is, let's make sure I get this right, there appears to be a pink one, and then there's a darker one, and then there's a more yellow, kind of almost subdued kind of gold looking one. Before anything else happens, is there anything you do to react to this? And does anyone else react to this? I'm going to ask Ophelia first, though.
She's gonna look around and see if anybody else saw that.
No, this is very obviously happening, and there's like weird like bits of sound, like your phantom orchestra plays for a moment seemingly behind you, and then there's like the echoing sound of one of your many bardic performances in some other direction. It's like you are ventriloquizing or doing ventriloquism with entire orchestras in random directions.
So this place is super weird, right?
This place is super weird, right? Place is stupid.
Oh. Sorry, indoors. I didn't mean to say that your mother ziggurat was stupid.
I might have meant that. I didn't mean it.
So what are we hearing?
Every time Ophelia speaks, possibly louder, possibly softer, there is a different-ish voice, sometimes saying like entirely different senses. It's always similar. It's not like random stuff, but if anyone wants to give me some sort of check, you certainly can.
What in the Slay the Princess are we
Maybe
doing
just
here? with
Basic
this?
perception check, because Ophelia did like turn around and walk away and say "fuck this," I believe, at the end of last session.
Well,
Said-
she tried to take a step forward, and something said, "Fuck this!" Like, no, I refuse.
Sure. That is a 19 on the die face for a 49 perception.
I'm gonna say with a natural 19, you realize something very magical is happening here. Give me a Arcana
Clearly.
check. Ooh, 53, natural 17.
53.
You are seeing something here that doesn't make any sense to you. You have lived years with Ophelia at this point. This is Ophelia. This is your friend, the Whisper Elf Bard, the idol of the school. But you're looking at her now, you almost get the impression like she's not real. Like this is artificial or something, but also maybe not. It seems to be shifting and splitting at the seams a little bit, but trying to pull itself back together. And there's something else oddly familiar suddenly about it now. There's like something, an element to Ophelia that is familiar to you that you've never noticed sort of before, but you can't put your little bat fingers on it. It's very strange. You're very confused at what you're looking at. It's very new. Ikura with a 4, you have no idea what's happening. You think maybe Ophelia's under attack.
Nah, it's Ophelia's messy stuff that we weren't able to deal with coming back to haunt us. That's all this is. It's fine.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think it's fine, Ikura. I think it might be really bad.
We'll either deal with it and solve it now, or kill her and be on our way. So there's really like, eh.
Ophelia, at Igra's proclamation there, that same kind of aggressive, dissonant voice comes out from your throat again, saying, "You see, we we should go. This is bullshit. This is not what we're supposed to be doing. He doesn't even want us here."
No, I want you here. It's just, we were literally like an hour from retirement, and now this is happening.
Well, this wasn't. I didn't do this.
Eh.
So
I mean, you could have brought this up earlier. We could have tried to solve this earlier, and it could have been dealt with earlier. But
I didn't think it was something that needed to be solved.
I mean, it's Ophelia's business. She didn't have to bring it to us if she didn't feel comfortable doing that. But also, I'm scared for you.
yeah, save the world together, but don't help each other with each other's problems. Yep.
Well,
Like I said, do you think maybe right now sarcasm is not the move?
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being quite honest. Anyway,
Ophelia,
That's more
You-
sarcasm.
you feel I'm going to say this in a way that I hopefully you'll understand, because this is part of some of the stuff you've provided me with. At the wonderful things that Avi Avi has just said, you feel an abundance of pink, and the feeling that you maybe need to express that.
you know what? Listen, Igara, you've been with the comments at my throat. Just
I'm sorry. I have put up with this for years at this point, y'all. Listen,
listen.
I just try to help you all out. I try to make it so we don't have to deal with this type of thing when the world could be possibly ending. And whenever it's fine. We'll deal with this, and then we'll put this on the back burner. Another disaster will come. We'll make progress. It's okay.
We've gotten through this far, and it's been fine. And you know why? It hasn't been because of your petty comments. It's because of Avi. She's been the one that's been reminding me that there's kindness inside me this whole time, and to watch my manners, and that, I if I hadn't promised my sister that she would be my only best friend, she'd be the first one in line. So, I can deal with what you're saying. Because of her.
This is the world. That's the nicest compliment anyone has ever paid me.
Well, you all have fun dealing with
I also
this.
think that maybe this unresolved resentment is also something that could have been addressed earlier and not right now when we are having major issues. So I think perhaps we are both at fault. Everyone perhaps is a little bit of fault in kicking the can down the road instead of addressing it and dealing with it, because dealing with
Every
it is
time I've brought it
uncomfortable
up,
and
you've all
scary.
ignored me and pushed it away. It's fine. Let's just go deal with the world-ending threat right now, please.
No, this is not what we're supposed to be doing. This isn't the deal we made. And Ophelia, you feel yourself pulling at the seams. And I have an important question to ask you here. As you perhaps sort of, to a certain extent, come apart, you have a choice here where to sort of focus your energy holding on to things. And I'm going to ask, are you more concerned with keeping yourself together, or keeping, so to speak, your costume in one piece?
The self.
Okay. So, I'm going to say you feel yourself coming apart because one part of you, at the very least, is very much trying to leave. One part is kind of caught in the middle, and one part does want to stay with your friends. You want to do this. The hero mindset, so to speak. You feel that, you can master this challenge. And because you're trying very much to hold on to the self, you don't fully split apart. But I'm going to say the sort of costume, the forward face that you have constructed for all these many years slips. And you guys see before you, still sort of in their own orbit, is no longer a whisper elf. What do they see, Ophelia?
So they this would be very familiar to Avi specifically. And also to probably Igora, who pulls from from this realm quite a bit. Avi is not the only pixie in the party. They see 3 pixies swirling around. Stretch cone! Oh my god! One has pink hair, one has blonde hair, one has black hair. Wait, you're telling me I have 3 friends instead of 1?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, says the black-haired one.
Well, I'll take 2. That's okay. You don't have to be friends with me if you don't want to. I understand.
Listen, you like her. I don't know why you're trying to be mean to her and say that we're leaving right now. We
Because we are meant to be, we are supposed to live a glamorous life. We are supposed to be stars. That's what we work towards. Going in there is certain death. That is not what we're supposed to do. This is not what I agreed to.
Okay, but splitting apart is wait.
Where's number 3?
Briar's okay.
Briar is just sitting very calmly, sort of head down, hair covering her eyes, very neutral in all this.
So I have some explaining to do.
I mean,
The bag of holding pulls out pillow, screams into it.
Listen, when you become a performer, you have a stage name. That's totally normal.
it is.
And that's Ophelia.
Yeah, you guys are like a band.
And listen, but here's the thing. We didn't do it just because. We did it because, well, my sister died. So I'm sorry. But she's okay.
Yes, because I was there at the exact right moment, says the one with the black hair. Hello, yes, it's me, Blackberry Briar, if anyone cared to ask.
I was just actually going to ask what all of your names are, because I'm sure you're not all Ophelia. So you are Blackberry Briar. You are, and she points to the neutral one, regular Briar?
This is Briar Rose, my sister.
Briar Rose. Hi. And you must be
Fifi.
Fifi? That's so cute. I'm picturing that as a flask.
Shazari proof.
Oh,
Listen,
boy.
I thought that Igora knew because you saw me sign my name that one time.
Yeah, and against my better judgment, I didn't do anything because I wanted to give you your privacy because I was going to respect you. But hey, look at that. Oh, we could have dealt with this literally years ago, but now we're dealing with it during the end of the fucking world.
Better late than never.
Igra, this is actually kind of what I like about you. And let me just check this here.
No, you don't. No.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this. I don't think I've ever said this, even as Ophelia, but you are a brilliant tactician.
Fuck off.
You might actually be a chess savant if you ever
Fuck
decide
off.
to take up the hobby, and you move your pawns in a way that is extremely formidable. You know my method is disposable friends, with all our lovely summons, but you make me think maybe. You make me think maybe there's a better way to lead. If I ever needed an aid, well...
No shit! Oh, this is infuriating. Oh my goodness gracious. All right.
I'm just saying, don't you agree we should like leave? This is very dangerous and we shouldn't do this.
No, we should absolutely do this. My fucking god. Okay.
But the threat isn't here. The threat is at the tree.
You,
So
emo one.
I'll have you know, the lyrics I've been helping to write have been very upbeat.
All right,
Also,
that's.
literally just said her name was Blackberry Igor. It's not that.
Listen, I anticipate them all forming back into Ophelia at some point in the near future, and this is going to be a completely mute point. Charlotte, what's the strongest thing you have?
you're not gonna drink poison right now.
He
I I really want to. All right.
Before what you call a big fight. Now that's stupid. Just saying.
Also, I think anything stronger than Chazare's proof would be actual literal poison.
Yeah, I know. Shazari's proof gotten really good.
Sorry, Sarah, you looked like you wanted to say something.
Charlotte has not said a single fucking word this entire time, by the way, this entire situation, but she stands up from where she's crouched in front of the obelisk and gently walks over to the three pixies and looks them each in the eye and goes, I need your help. They took away something very, very important to me. And I need all of your help to make sure that the people who have taken what we have suffer for it.
No, I would love to help you, because you're just I have to remind myself a lot of times that I haven't known you as long as the others. You always inspire me, and I have loved crafting on our days off. That has been really nice. You you're really a master at your creation. And it's kind of scary sometimes how good you are at making the things that you do, but it is creation, even if they destroy. So I want to help you.
Dora, you have some thoughts on that?
Are you addressing me?
No, I've said Igra, you have some thoughts on that. His eye is twitching. And instead of talking about it, he's drinking.
It's fine. It's fine.
Are you gonna yell at us about it later?
Nope.
Or is it actually fine?
It's perfectly fine. It will never be brought up again.
Listen, you seem really upset about this, but my sister.
We met your mother! How is your mother 6 pixies in a trench coat, too?
Oh, it's a good
No,
question.
she's actually the elf side. My father was the one who was the pixie.
Oh,
How the fuck?
stop it.
I'm sure there's a book about it. It's
Things.
fine. I'm sure there's a
mean-
book about it.
I've been writing this saucy ballad. I haven't told anyone about
I-
it yet, but
I really do
Oh,
not
your
want to hear about
parents?
your conception. I
mean, I
do
was
not
using
want to learn
different
about that.
names.
Listen, you're the reason. You're the reason I got rid of the romantic attraction thing. So it was
It
too
was
much.
it was interfering in our career. We were supposed to be a star. That
Oh
was
my
why I
fucking
agreed
God.
to this. I
If
wanted
there
to
was
be
3 of
something.
you, how did that get split? Did each of you give up like a third of your art, or did all 3 of you have one combined heart? What's the math on that?
Ew,
If I was good at math, I wouldn't be a performer.
Swear to God, if I swear to God, if your other sister is trapped in a suit of armor, I'm going to kill someone. All right.
Oh, she's right there.
I have one sister. One.
Oh,
So-
okay. I thought, maybe after all this time I would have been at least an honorary sister, but okay.
Well, blood. We're talking about blood. We're not talking about. Listen, I already told the party they weren't my best friends for a reason.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, if my understanding is correct, your sister Briar was dying, and you combined 3 ways to save her? That's what I am gathering from this.
I don't think it's outrageous to say that it was mostly my idea. I saw what happened. I saw the time was of the essence, and I knew Fifi was very talented, and I'll be honest, I kind of wanted to ride those coattails a little bit. So I proposed that if we put our strengths together, not only could we save Little Briar Rose, but we could be a star. We could carve our name into the world.
Yeah, not quite the strength of thousands, but at least the strength of 3.
I mean, I think a lot of those thousands probably can't even carry a tune, but whatever.
Well, regardless, I think it's a beautiful plan. And I think it was in some ways very selfless and in some ways very smart. But maybe now that this information is out in the air, we can focus on the task at hand. I think if we do not do anything about this, I think it's going to bite you in the ass eventually. I don't think it's something that we can run away from forever.
All right.
Even if we all went back to the first world.
Step
I hadn't even
one.
considered that. Ooh.
Step one: help save Charlotte's people that Charlotte cares about, because that's important. Points to
Yeah.
Charlotte. Also, Webley, are you still a spy?
I mean, I don't think I was ever intentionally a spy.
But you were still a spy at one point.
Well, I've been thinking about it for a long time. You'll notice I haven't spoken up in a long time, but I've been thinking about it, and I've been reading some of Charlotte's books.
Mm-hmm.
I think while I was made by her grandma in an act of wonderful love, and I'm going to look after Charlotte for the rest of my existence until I fray.
Mm-hmm.
I think the mean water witch lady was basically just using me as a very convenient scrying target because they need something they're familiar with, and they said, oh yeah, send this thing that I'm now familiar with to always be with the people I'm trying to watch.
Yeah, and you know what? That's perfectly fine. I just wanted to confirm that was still the case. Charlotte,
Well,
I'm not
also-
going to kill Webley, don't worry.
I also think at this point it's kind of a moot point looking
Yeah,
up at like
exactly.
the sky where there's like rain falling upwards.
All right, team. So one last world to save, and then we retire.
Well, I'm still going to keep teaching, but
We're so close to tenure.
No, I mean like in like a
And getting a record label.
saving the world sense. Like we've gotten 2 stamps on the stamp card. That's enough for a free sandwich. I'm good.
So we do this fight. We don't have to fight anymore?
I mean, not if you don't want to.
I would prefer that. Though
yes.
I have to acknowledge that it's not entirely my decision. Fifi, Briar Rose, is this what you want? Do you want to throw us into even more danger? We saw what happened to the little mushroom guy. He almost got disintegrated by a horrible skeletal man.
And they got better.
Yeah, barely.
Fuck,
It was close.
we haven't died yet. Come on. Cowards? You're not a coward. You're fucking Ophelia. Well, part of Ophelia. You're fucking awesome. So stop acting like a scared child and get to work. Get performing. Save the world with song. Jesus. Desna. Shaylin. That's the art one.
Shaylin.
Shaylin's the art one.
That,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily know that.
Make a religion chat. I don't fucking know.
Blackberry Thorn kind of hops a little closer to Fifi. If this, I know we're in this together. That was the agreement. That was the plan. Is this really the ship that you want to set sail on? She kind of looks at the rest of the party.
Listen, he has always had our back. He always watches our back. He always watches our front. He does both things at once. It's honestly very cool. And he makes us feel safe in crazy situations. So, and even when he was unsure about us, he still did that. So, he's an extremely loyal friend. And I know he says a lot about killing, but that's just out of worry, and he wants to protect us.
I mean,
And
we've exploded people with music, so
yeah, well, he's taken all those hits for us. We can take a hit for him.
I would say give me a diplomacy check with advantage.
Ooh.
You might get another bonus if you want to make another case for another member of the party.
Ooh. I already did that one.
You don't have to. I know you. Spoiler warning, everyone. Zoe wrote some amazing stuff, and I want to make sure she uses as much as it as she wants to.
18. I'll take an 18.
You do have a hero point if you want.
An 18, not enough?
Oh, sorry, I saw the second one.
Oh.
Blackberry is going to look down at Briar Rose. I know, Briar, you didn't have a lot of kind of agency in this whole thing, but you've been a part of us this whole time. Is this still what you want? If this could, you were saved once. Do you want to risk it all again? And Briar Rose finally kind of raises her head a little bit, and she says that with my sisters, I think we can do anything. And she kind of tries to pull all three of you into a hug.
Oh.
Do you want to get back out on stage, Ophelia? All right. And with a sort of soft, glowing, but increasing light, this sort of very slow magical girl transformation. And once again, standing before you all is Ophelia.
Fusion.
And Ophelia, I'm going to say now that you have dealt with your long, kind of simmering note of discord, the off-key element that has plagued you for a long time now. You now have the passive ability that when you make a successful bard check, you will get lingering performance for free for 2 rounds. Because 2 other voices pick up for you.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a mad original. I love mad originals. Oh, thank you. How
You're
sweet.
gonna need it. Now the sky begins falling. Run.
Yippee! Charlotte,
Oh,
let's do it.
Let's go.
and by let's go, I mean let's have a long rest and get all your spell slots and health back.
Yeah.
That would be nice, yeah.
That would be pretty good, actually. I guess I do need to take a nap.
And Endures in Darkness kind of looks around and is like, the sun has not moved since we got here. I think we're kind of in a great kind of time right now to rest.
Okay. Well, I will take your judgment on that and Endures in Darkness. This is a place that is more familiar to you than it is to us.
He looks at you when you say that, and he looks visibly kind of pained at that.
I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have put that so bluntly.
Yeah, that was offensive, I think. A little bit.
Well, I mean, sorry.
You didn't, yeah. We don't have to bring it up. It's okay. It's clearly it's very scarring.
I mean, underneath this place, I think, was where I was born and where I was subsequently drafted, along
Oh.
with many, many siblings that did not emerge from the ground after it all was said and done. I didn't understand why we were fighting. That just we needed to protect each other and our moms.
Yeah.
Okay. Igra just like takes like a parchment out and is like writing something down. All right, Avi, if you can just sign this, please.
What is it?
It just simply says, any further trauma will be dealt with after we have saved the world. And then just sign your
No.
name.
I'm not signing that.
Okay. Avi,
There's still your trauma to deal with, Igora.
nope, fuck that.
And what if the world ends and you don't deal with it?
You know,
Listen, I had a reason. I had a reason not to deal with my trauma. I thought it would kill my sister. She's okay. But you, there's what's your reason for not?
I went and killed them already. What do you think I did when we were off for summer?
Swim? Swim a lot?
I went and
You
killed my
don't wanna
family.
swim.
It's fine.
You don't sound fine. You
It's
sound a little
done.
sad and really angry.
I'm perfectly okay with the fact that they had to die. They were a bloody cult.
I mean, sure, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't take its toll on you,
Eh,
your psyche, and your heart.
meh.
Peters offers Charlotte a cup of tea.
It's fine. Let's rest up. Let's heal up.
Oh, Professor Charlotte, you've got a little, and you kind of, and there's like a little ink.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Charlotte, are you secretly a book character?
Small rat with a gun pops out of the bushes.
Igora, can you stop taking people's trauma as a personal offense?
that
No.
I do believe is an indicator that I might need to murder some more.
But
Oh.
you need
Oh.
Make
Oh.
me a perception check, Charlotte.
but you should rest. You should rest. Really rest first.
Nat 20.
Oh.
You look at this ink and you notice that actually this is actually very familiar. Just because you're an alchemist, you know materials, you know liquids and stuff, you know viscosity, you know kind of oiliness, the texture of various chemicals and the like. This is actually very familiar to you. This is what happens whenever you summon Pito. But that's always been, you've never seen the ink without summoning Pito. There's never been an overabundance.
Right. Can I conceptualize this a little further? And what I mean by that is, one, I am schooled in the secrets. I'm schooled in secrets, and I have the book. So I'd like to see about maybe digging deep as see if there's if there's a negative effect that's happening with the blessing from the three.
Would you like to
Goddesses?
examine your book?
Yes.
You open the book. The pages are all blank. And Judd, you closely examine it with your many eyes and your. I'm going to say, I'm not even going to make you roll for this. You get the faint impression just by sort of like aftermarks that have been left on the page. It looks like every single word, every inked letter in the page seems to have flown off the pages to somewhere else.
Okay. So slightly larger dilemma. I do believe the same thing that has taken people, the illuminated tree, has erased the existence of my goddesses.
Ooh.
Give
Add
me
that to
a
the trauma book.
give me a quick will save, actually, Charlotte.
Can we just rewrite them? What if we just rewrite them?
You don't know what it is, Charlotte, but something about what you said doesn't seem correct.
Fair. Fair. Okay, maybe not that. But definitely something's occurring because unless no. No.
Maybe.
But maybe.
No.
But no.
But it
I
could have.
mean
is
Charlotte's
the-
gone.
Yeah,
I
this
like
is
to
the-
think Charlotte's got the book in hand and is like looking at the various notes and the different kind of ciphers that Charlotte has used from the essentially what Mercedes granted, which was the way to ability to read the book, is every time her head tips, Webley on her shoulder also tips over to the same side and then it tips over at the same like aspect.
He's trying to help.
He is. He is helping by being my second,
Yeah,
my
count 'em.
other quadruped of eyes.
As you contemplate that, are you all just gonna bed down and get your
Mhm.
rest?
Oh, I want to talk to Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Char, do you think that
The ladies, because I believe you told Avi about the goddesses at one point.
I did, yes.
Yes.
Avi, I did. Because I
Oh.
think my hand is all black and you definitely got very curious about that.
do you think they're mad at you? The ladies?
I mean, given the strength of what I've read about them and their abilities, if they were truly, truly mad at me, I would be dead already.
That's true.
And you were
Ladies are
yelling at
valuable.
me, Igora.
Listen. I've just given up at this point, y'all. It's
What?
fine.
What is the issue?
She'll figure it out. She's not alone.
I imagine Charlotte and Avi are having like a quiet personal conversation at the other end of camp, and Eager is at the other side of the camp just going,
Endures the Darkness is trying to make Eager a hot toddy.
No.
that's what he needs, more alcohol.
He's just got this little book that like you see on it's like 10 Easy Drinks by Shazere.
I would like to point out, while Igora is not entirely wrong, the group of you did in fact find me hanging in a stasis in a secret occult temple. So it wasn't as if I was not broadcasting that I tend to have fascination with this particular grouping. Now, I will also perhaps inform you that I am not like most other Anadi, if you hadn't noticed. While I can craft things, as Ophelia has delightfully mentioned, I like to destroy things. I have since I was a small little spiderlet. The only one who really ever gave me the courage to explore what I found interesting was my grandmother.
Now we're going to save them. Well, tomorrow morning we're going to save them.
Mhm.
That's the plan. Listen, here's where we're at right now, team. We're going to put a stop to this. I don't think that we won't. We got this. We're going to handle it. Everything will be handled. It'll be fine. And then we'll be good to just live our lives after that. You know, it'll be okay. So let's bunk up. Let's buck up. And then let's fuck them up.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Works for me.
Avi had been quietly under the impression that Charlotte's grandmother was fully dead,
Oh, absolutely.
but she
She
decides
is.
not to say anything because it seems rude.
No, absolutely. Charlotte just looks at that and goes, "Yeah, we'll save someone at least, hopefully."
Yeah.
Um, I'm assuming you all bed down now.
Yes.
Cinders
So-
and Darkness is secretly 5 different funguses in a trench coat.
I mean, funguses are colonies, you know.
When you think about it, they use synapses to communicate with each other.
The mycosine?
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you.
Cut them in half, it'll just turn into 2 smaller Endures and Darknesses.
I got
starfish.
that. I got that information from watching Hannibal. Believe it or not.
I should, funny thing, I should send you a video, Sarah, that is an entire video about a theory that Hannibal is a fae.
Oh, I believe it. Honestly,
Or
especially Mads Mikkelsen's version.
Oh yes, very much. So during the night, 2 things happen. First, the smaller of the 2, as you're just sort of about to fall asleep, Charlotte, you hear Webley sort of like very quietly say in your ear, Charlotte, I had one other thing was left for you.
Oh, what is that,
And-
Whipley?
Webley wiggles up and gives you a little kiss on the forehead.
Thank you, buddy.
Sweet dreams.
Thanks, Webley. And and just like on the chest, like little
And-
hug.
In this weird, almost non-liminal liminal space where time has sort of frozen, but things are still happening, the night is still a little cool, but Webley is nice and warm. Which is mildly concerning. You're like, how are you warm? You are made of woven threads.
It was made. I know. It's not too concerning. I'm a weaver. I studied the weave culture.
Oh god,
It's
Charlotte's Gale.
made with love.
So no. Someone feed her a boot.
I
Avi,
don't know. Girl,
I
dinner.
think before we jump into Avi Avi, Matt, we're going to run a quick ad.
Okay.
Mm.
Avi Avi, as you are sort of entering that sort of half sleepy state, um, you feel Agate snuggle up with you and boop your nose with hers. And the boop, though, brings you into that sort of otherworldly space where you have often communicated with your patron through the medium of the runes.
Hoping to have another one of these before I went in, but I was distracted by 3 Ophelias and a sad letter and an angry frog.
Or at least a frustrated frog.
No, I think he was angry.
I'm
Salty?
too eager as I'm too amphibious for this shit. Something is a little different though. You have a set of runestones in front of you, but they are very small, and they are much more rough than usual. Like they haven't been like polished and carved as much. Like you might have some trouble reading them.
Oh, okay.
And really, it's just sort of like 4 small stones. There's one very specific one, one slightly larger, I mean, and then in a sort of almost like a little halo, there are 3 around it. Give me an Arcana check to decipher these particular runes.
Oh, yes. 51.
All right, yes, that is that's damn good enough. And this is, someone is attempting to communicate with you. It's a little harder than usual. You get the impression that the communication is more difficult. Either like somehow the message is coming from a greater distance, there's interference, the connection is weaker. And you may think it just might have something to do with the current state of the world. So a message is being sent to you, but it wasn't as much information as it might have normally have been, and you had to put more effort into retrieving. It's like, you had to listen longer at the ham radio just to get a small, like, 2-sentence message or something. The larger of the stones appears to be the kind of symbol that could be interpreted into creation, crafting, alchemy. And ringing it, the 3 smaller stones, one of them could be interpreted as hidden, shadow, concealed. One of them could be interpreted as poison, weakened. Actually, that's probably it. And the last one is sort of like, it's a little more esoteric, but closest as you get is sort of like malicious intent. Like the will to do harm, to act in a aggressive manner, to kill.
Okay.
And then as you're staring at them, the 3 smaller stones move on their own. And they slide underneath the larger stone.
Interesting.
So the central stone was, about creation and alchemy, and then you had, poison, malice, and like shadow hiding.
Yes.
Interesting. Could this have to do with the 3 trials that we are going to face?
You don't think so.
Oh. So something else entirely. So many things are coming in 3s these days.
it's hard to explain something this because there isn't really sound here in this sort of space. They're just almost like sort of just a background sort of atmosphere of kind of like the wind and the sound of leaves, kind of like homey kind of sounds. But as you're sitting here, you realize suddenly it is now unearthly quiet in here.
Oh, that's not good.
And I'm going to say, give me a perception check.
Uh-oh. It's a
35.
35.
You kind of glance around and you feel like for the first time really ever here, not counting the runes and maybe even like sometimes you feel the presence of agate, someone is in here with you.
It is not polite to eavesdrop, but I would not refuse company.
Give me another perception check as you say that.
46.
46. Okay.
There we go.
As someone who naturally flies and is used to sort of existing in a three-dimensional space, sort of, like a lot of people, it's all very almost like on a plane. They walk around. You up, down, side to side, diagonal. You exist in a whole like 360 degree in every direction space sometimes. And because of that, and because you are a bat, a small flying creature in a world full of larger flying creatures, you have a natural instinct that some people forget often to look up. And you do. And where there should be sort of like, a hazy nothingness in this space, you look up and there is a mass of roots descending utterly silently towards you. And inside the roots, you see for a briefest moment a figure hanging, tangled in the roots, sort of head down, eyes closed, long white hair hanging around their head. And as the roots come right to your face, you snap awake.
Oh, I don't know what that means. I mean, the roots, Kiara, sure. I'll be saying this out loud in the middle of the night for anyone who wakes up to hear.
Agate is giving you little blip, blip, licks on the face.
Oh.
But the runes, the creation rune, the alchemy rune, I don't know how that relates to the poison rune or the malice rune, or is it surrounded by or underneath?
Igor screams into the pillow.
Igor, stop screaming into your pillow. You don't have a thick enough pillow for that to be effective.
Wait,
Yeah.
If you have something
true,
to say,
it's silk.
say it instead of screaming it into your
Wha-
pillow.
wait, I just got up. What did you say the 3 runes were?
There was one for poison. There was one for malice, and there was one for like hiding and shadows.
Charlotte just like falls off of her web bed in front of you, all on legs, like first up, and goes, "That's them!"
Oh, then that's you!
I mean,
Do you guys
I'm
have
not a god, so I
Yep.
wouldn't say.
the same you have the same patron?
He's like, I just wanted to sleep.
Well, I wouldn't think so. I mean,
Igor, that's not gonna work. You have battle cry. It's
No, but that has to be that has to be what
Endures
it
in
is.
darkness, is frightened, and runs away.
not.
You are represented by the rune of creation and alchemy. Duh. And then your three ladies, malice and poison and shadow. I mean, that sort of makes up the 3 tenets of what you were telling me, right? The one tenet, like you have to do harm. That's Pito. That he does the harm, but he also does the poison, and you do the poison, and poison's important, and also hiding in shadows, and that's also very on brand for Pito. So it would make sense to me that the 3 of them are the 3 pillars of those ideals, no?
well,
The
yeah,
more I
that's
learned
what
about
it was in-
Charlotte's religion, the less I like it.
That's what it
You're so
stated in the book. I mean, that's the whole tenets. That's what I was studying, at least,
Um,
to understand more. But I'm not entirely sure that this creation alchemy rune is reflective of me. I mean, it could be.
You don't think?
Charlotte, give me a straight up intelligence check.
What is that? I can't hold what?
And that one.
What is media literacy?
I
You can use your
Wait.
point if you want.
Yeah, why did I roll a 1? Son of a nut. I'm gonna try that again.
It is just a d20 plus 5, so it's not going to be super high to begin with, but
But a nat 1 is not great.
Yeah, 3 ain't better either. I just got
No.
up. I was
Well,
sleeping
I mean, decidedly it is better by 2.
it's still like you're still kind of woozy
Technically
from
speaking.
sleeping and stuff, and you you got your spell slots and your health back and everything, but your sleep wasn't very restful. Your body feels tired and heavy.
I mean, yeah, all things considered. I wouldn't be put surprised. But, I mean, you were attacked by something, right? That was. Explain a bit more about this vision.
Well, it's. I don't know if vision is necessarily the right word for it. It's a communion with my patron. And we commune via runes. They show me the runes and I interpret the runes, and some of the runes are more obvious than others. At first, I thought maybe the central rune was either Kiara or the goddess that she is involved with. I mean, they do a certain amount of creation, which could also be interpreted as alchemy. And then I thought maybe the 3 pillars around her were the 3 trials that we are facing, but I think it is much more likely that it has to do with you. And what I saw is the 3 pillars were around the alchemy creation rune, and then they went underneath. And then I looked up, and there was a huge root system, and hung from the root system was Kiara.
Avi, please now you make me an intelligence check.
Not
Oh,
not like hung, right?
No.
Good question, Matt. Not hung, right?
No, but like
Tangled
horribly,
in.
horribly tangled in, like
Yes.
almost they're like being consumed by the roots.
Oh, still bad, but not as
yeah,
bad.
still bad, but not in like a Tarzan villain death kind of way.
Who's that?
I don't know. It just came to me. In
The
a
fourth
dream.
wall shatters. Oh, I have to tell you guys something after stream. I'm gonna say, at 9. Avi, what is something that if an assassin were about to be discovered would do?
Run away. Either run or go loud.
Potentially also hide?
Hide.
Sure.
Sarah's getting it, I think.
Uh, um,
You remember the ink dribbling from your nose, and where all the ink from your book may have gone.
Are they in you?
Igor, I'm gonna need you to take a couple of very deep breaths for me.
Is that
Everything is okay. There is nothing wrong. Everything's fine. We're just going to deal with it. Charlotte, are the goddesses inside of you?
is that why you're leaking?
Not a phrase I expected to hear tonight.
I
Sometimes people
mean,
leak when things are inside of them. It's not even happens to
accurately
everyone.
though. I mean,
Listen,
Probably.
people becoming that close with their spiritual beings is certainly fine.
I mean, I don't know how
Gamma
to
nuzzles you.
commune with-
No,
I mean,
don't.
Charlotte just like puts one little finger and holds up Avi's hands and goes, I don't know how to commune with gods. Help me. I
Well-
mean, if what they're doing is hiding from the thing that is destroying everything, then it makes a lot of sense that they choose the one thing that has been protected, which I mean, fair, that's a tenant of the shadow is
All
to
right.
utilize what's available. So, I mean, regardless, I
Hey,
need to go sleep.
Charlotte, you know what that means? Guess
What?
what? If they're inside of you, that means they're available to you. So draw on their power, and let's use it to fuck up some trees.
I like this plan. This is
Yeah.
a good plan.
It's yours now.
Okay.
They're hiding inside of you. They're using your body as a vessel. Either that, it's your power now. You get to use it. Goddesses, fuck off.
Oh no, I just
I wouldn't say that. I would
I also
say,
wouldn't say that,
welcome
but-
welcome to my body. Please don't hurt me. I will do what I can, but I mean,
Yeah.
Mm,
As
Wouldn't
Igra
it
like
be nice of them to ask.
as Igra flips back over. Yeah, sorry, your first time wasn't Mercedes, and Igra goes back to bed.
wow,
excuse?
wow.
Excuse?
Endures of Darkness is like, I have to go iron my shirts.
That's an inappropriate thing to say in front of your TA, Igora.
For the rest of the campaign,
a bit too soon.
Endures of
bud, a bit
Darkness
too
is gonna have a
soon.
hard time looking a few people in the eye.
Bit too soon. Bit too soon. Please.
Ooh.
Anyway, I'm gonna go sit and think in a restful state till morning. How does that sound?
I say everyone gets a good night's rest, and you wake up fully refreshed. The ziggurat lies before you. It's hard to tell if anything has seemingly changed at all, despite the fact that there is plenty of like motion around you guys, but it all seems to be like in loops or
Mm.
just reversing itself occasionally.
Mother, I crave loops.
Mother.
I have this immunity loop-de-loop.
Crave.
There does seem to be only the one entrance to the temple. It's a large stone archway.
So we don't have to go in there, right?
Yes,
I mean,
we
it's
do.
a ziggurat too,
Hey.
which for those in the know, a ziggurat is like a stepped pyramid. It's not smooth sides.
It's layered.
I mean, we can go to the
Like a
top and
cake.
work our way down if that's what y'all want to do.
That's so many stairs. Can't we just
It is
fly?
a lot of stairs.
I can fly.
No.
Well, you can ride on Gamma
Rhodes pistol.
with Igor.
I guess.
It's a pistol. Oh yeah, it's the space pistol.
Space gun.
I mean,
we
if we're
also-
gonna break through, might as well do it in style.
Will, also you look at your space pistol and it looks like a kind of like old-timey sci-fi ray gun right now.
I love it. Well, yeah, we're definitely in Kiara's head.
What?
No, it's camp. Campy, kind of tacky.
Somewhere, someone is offended.
Got him.
Somewhere a being covered in
David.
tangles twitches just slightly.
Listen, at this
Irritation.
at this point, all veneers of kindness are just out of the way, and it's business, Igra.
You hear a voice on the wind. That webbed toe mother trucker.
He's in a suit.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for hurting my friend, Dick.
Ooh.
Why yada?
Oh, before, hold on. I was in quite a state, so I have to, like, break this down again. The message from my grandmother. It had very important information, and I think, arguably, off of something else that we may or may not had that I just conveniently happened to remember and write down previously in past situations, pulling from that. So she says that there were the three, right? There were the three. Well, my grandmother took care of one. One's dead already.
Yeah, she did.
Oh.
She poisoned
So-
his afternoon tea.
So my grandmother is badass. Was a badass. Arguably.
I mean, with
Then-
the resurrection magic we have access
Right.
to, they still could be a badass.
Anyway, and then the next was apparently there's some sort of creature in the woods here around, but apparently we should avoid it at all possible, which might be in relation to the one you cannot win. I don't know. I'm grasping at the literal webs right now and kind of tying them across the boards, as it were. And then obviously there's the water bitch. So the one with the horrid hat.
Tacky hat.
Tacky.
Ophelia,
horrid,
when we kill
something.
her, are you going to steal her hat?
Ew, no, it's so bad.
Yeah, I feel like Ophelia's been pretty clear about how tacky she finds that hat.
Okay, I'm
Rip it.
just
Also,
making
Ophelia
also
first.
blue is not one of Ophelia's color palettes. Let's
No,
be
that's
honest here.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Although honestly speaking, I'd love to see a color palette where you mixed all three of those color types together.
right,
I think that'd be a
team.
delightful outfit.
So
You guys
let's
do
Anyway.
realize
down the door.
you guys do realize that you might be falling prey to sort of a subject of the fact that time doesn't really seem to be passing here. You just sort of
Yeah.
like there's no urgency to anything.
Oh,
Oh.
I've got a little bit of urgency. I'm just saying this while we're debating here in my brain. So I think we should avoid anything within the woods. Maybe. And then
Agreed.
just focus on Tacky Hat Lady.
All right,
Everyone
let's
give
go.
me, everyone give me a
Merca.
perception check real quick.
I think we should get rid of her. Yep.
Let's go drown her.
41.
40. Ophelia,
That wouldn't work.
Nice.
behind you, there's some rustling in the bushes.
Oh,
Hey,
We
we
should
should
go
go up the ziggurat right now.
Yep, let's
Yep,
go.
yep.
And
yep.
out of the bushes hops a strange bird.
For fuck's sakes. No, keep going.
Bird!
I just grab Avi by the bat scruff.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me! God, bird.
Oh
The god-
no!
The god bird hops
What
up.
is your wisdom, God, bird?
It places a small feathered hand on your shoulder.
Man. Hey.
Well, not a hand, but a little, a wing.
Terrifying.
And then like picks some food out of your belt and then just kind of hops back into the bushes.
We're supposed to go in the bushes.
I mean, is that Will is
Charlotte, you have
Ma-
no context for this, Charlotte.
I mean, I've
We have
seen it
received
before.
the blessing of the God bird. We shall not fail. Let's go.
Matthew,
Yes?
Matthew, I need you to be very clear with me. Is this a hint of what you would like us to actually do? Or are you steering us astray? And is there a check that tells me the answer?
Give me a nature check.
Avi, are we gonna
Yes.
we need to
That's-
follow him.
No.
You have absolutely no idea what to do with this, and you stare at the bush, and nothing seemingly happens. So you're like, that was just something weird that happened.
Mila,
This is weird. I don't think we should go anywhere near the woods just because.
but the god bird is only good and just
I think Godbird was blessing us on our journey and the battles ahead of us, which are in the ziggurat.
okay.
All right.
It is not up to us to chase after the Godbird.
It sure is a good thing that you guys are here and I'm not on my own because I would have just followed him.
We know.
You guys head down the road to the entrance to the ziggurat. And as you go down the road, you are passing all the stuff that sort of has been abandoned on the road up to the doors, and you realize this is like things that like probably pilgrims were carrying on their trip, that they cast off once they finally reached the ziggurat. Because it's all like nothing here is like looks like valuable loot or anything. It's like old clothes, it's like broken down carts, it's like really worn saddlebags and the like. You do see off to the side, a little bit distance from the road, what appears to be what used to be maybe, it probably still was when it was intact, a sort of like tower, like a little guard tower or something made of stone, but there's a massive hole in one of the walls. looks like something like smashed through it. And it's weird too because if it was like being sieged or something, you'd think the hole would be facing outwards, like towards the forest and the road. The hole is on the side that faces the ziggurat.
Oh, something went in.
Yeah, and it's a pretty big hole.
That's
And my worm's bigger.
concerning. But
Not by much.
not an unusual thing I would find here, I suppose.
Does anyone want to more closely examine it?
Yeah.
Hmm,
Give it a little
sure.
perception check. 49.
Avi, you poke your head around the tower and it's not very hidden at all, really. Under rubble underneath, there are two bodies
Oh.
that have been just horribly pulverized, and not by the stones from the tower. Something burst through the tower and probably crushed these people very swiftly.
Like on purpose?
Yes, with extreme prejudice by the looks of it. They are slightly
Oh.
embedded in the ground.
Oh.
And
Is
Agate,
there any
Agate is, you suddenly realize, is several feet behind you and has got like their hackles raised and is just hissing at the tower.
I'm going to back up. Back up to where Agate is. And then I could go to the restroom. I will be right back.
Okay.
I get the impression that this creature that my grandmother warned us about may have done that.
But I thought it only stayed in the woods.
Well,
Comes out of the woods.
I mean, it may have gotten a little bold.
Well,
Also,
let's keep going.
can I from a Oh, let me start this. Are those bodies discernible in any way to identify who they may have been, or have they been squashed to paste?
Give
A
me
la Corpse Party.
give me either a medicine check or a perception check.
Like corpse party.
If you know Corpse Party, you know what I mean.
34.
Buttered pooper.
You only rolled a 34, which is a natural 5, but I'm going to say, how much time are you taking your time with this, or are you trying to be as efficient as possible?
I think I'm trying to be very efficient because there is a level of caution, but I'm also gleaning if there's any sort of distinguishable. Do they have white robes? Do they have any clothing emblems?
They do. They seemingly were wearing like the white robes of the cult,
Yeah.
but you also sort of realize that without the hole in the wall, they would have been entirely hidden inside this tower.
Mm.
Does anyone else want to give me a perception check or anything to examine them?
I mean, yeah, they're probably just regular people because a lot of people were getting tricked by the soup, right?
Well, so I had a thought, and this is Sarah speaking, is I remember vaguely the scene of the Magombian people who were undercover for the cult.
Yeah, that's
And the scene where they very much met an untimely demise. So
easy hero point.
Ophelia, you're not sure why, but you feel the need to examine one of their boots. Something
One of
about
their-
the boot.
What are their
Boot.
boots?
One of their boots.
Oh, what's in the boot?
At
Is
the
it-
bottom of the boot, there
Oh,
is
boot.
in fact a like bracelet of beads from
What's
the
that
Magambia.
about?
this is okay.
The other one have anything in their boot? Do they have their beads hidden somewhere on their person?
Maybe
like hidden in their
It's-
hair.
It's very possible they had it hidden, but it's also possible that it was hidden in a part of them that is now
Ketchup.
less
Soup.
person
Ooh.
shaped.
Awful.
Okay, so these are our
Also,
undercover agents.
Just because you also
and-
rolled a 46, one thing that's also a little odd about this, the sort of wounds where they were hit not only is there incredible blunt force kind of damage, it's also scorched a little bit. Like whatever hit them was also very hot.
Ooh. How are we with heat protection? How heat resistant are we these days? Not
Not as much as it used to be
before.
after that blessing thing.
Yeah. Just let's just try not to get extra toasty, I guess.
I mean, I would say let's try to avoid it as much as possible and focus on Tacky Hat Lady. Wait a second. Scorchy, fiery, water, fire.
Oh,
Earth.
Would have been the third gentleman.
is this
Long ago, the four elements lived
The
in
dead
harmony.
guy.
I mean,
dead guy.
he might have been a talented like geomancer or something.
He might have been. Okay, great. Got it. Okay, I understand. I see what you're picking up. You're putting down here.
I understand. Charlotte is the avatar.
Yes. And as we come to that
Collect them
realization,
all.
chat, we'll be right back.
You're not.
All right. So, you guys now have discovered what you think all is to be seen from this ruin of a tower. You approach the base of the ziggurat. The entrance stands before you. A kind of stone hallway leads into inside. You see some lights sort of down the hallway. There's some, standard science fantasy crystals in the wall keeping things lit, but the farther down the hall, there's more of a kind of flickering light. And the ziggurat itself is rising up quite a bit. It seems, now that you're closer to it, it almost seems taller, which, I'm not sure is the physics of that, but, reality is taking a
It's
fiber.
funky.
Yeah.
It's a weird soup.
It is a weird soup. And
It is.
jazz is chaos.
Is that what the soup was that they were giving people?
Reality soup.
I feel like if they were giving people a dose of reality, their cult would have been much less popular.
Also, as a reminder, I believe it was a stew.
So
Ah.
we're all in agreement that when we get back, when
Tomato,
we
tomato.
finish this, maybe we can help those Nagambian students and maybe do a revival ritual.
I'll add them to the list of people to
It
resurrect.
it should be noted, they do appear to have been dead for a while.
That's fine. We
And
have the money for it.
decidedly decidedly pasty. I
Other-
don't know how that works in terms of reviv.
Speaking of soup versus stew, the consistency is different, you know.
I would
Well-
say we know who we have the papers of who went undercover, so having a knowledge of what happened to them means that we can add their names to those who sacrificed for the Magambia.
I'm just seeing True Resurrection covers length of time dead and
Yeah.
missing stuff.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Because
we
you're
have
very
one of their
confident about your success.
We
have
have
one
the
of their
money.
we have one of their beads, and the other we have a list we can go through. So yeah,
And I would like to come back for them if we can.
The future is many things, perhaps.
Unwritten.
I'm not opposed to it.
No.
Interesting
That'd be the
choice of
past.
words.
That would be the
Unwritten things.
past.
Do you guys wish to proceed down the hallway? Do you want to climb the ziggurat?
Fuck it. Let's just bust right in through the front doors.
There's actually no doors. It's an open archway.
Fuck it. Let's just bust right through that open archway.
through the arc.
All right. You guys proceed down the way. You find there are it's a pretty kind of plain hallway, honestly, for some sort of world-changing cult, so to speak. Not a little unimpressive in this opening hallway. There are some kind of sconces with some lovely hand-carved little trees, but you could find these kind of knickknacks almost in a tourist trap, maybe. It is not skilled artisans who made these. They are possibly the creations of earnest pilgrims. But eventually you reach a end of a hallway, and the lights in the walls kind of stopped a few feet behind you, and now there is another sort of archway leading down into darkness. But in the archway that you're leading, there seems to be these little alcoves on either side that are just dripping with kind of wax from 100 candles that seem to have sat here. And there are very specifically some candles on holders that are sitting in there. Some of them are kind of you would need to pry them out of the wax.
A reminder to everyone, last time something tried to kill me, it was candle shaped.
Will you ever figure out that connection?
Nope.
By the way.
I figured I would just let
give
it
this-
chum and chum.
I'll give this to you for free. It was just their branding. The illuminated tree is like a tree with all the branches have candles on the ends.
Yeah.
So
It wouldn't be the
candle
first time
stuff
a
was
cult
just-
tried to kill me.
it was aesthetics.
Oh, yeah. It's too bad their aesthetics are ugly.
I can appreciate the candle motif. It's better than the swamp rot motif that mine had.
I don't know. Personally, I find the tree as a symbol of a cult or a goddess is kind of an overdone thing when you really think about it. So many other pantheons have done it before. I mean, the candles are a nice touch.
I mean, the
Speaking
idea
of-
just grows on people. Either way,
He looks so. Mother.
into
Oh,
the
that-
darkness.
Do you want to proceed into the darkness? Do you want to take a candle? Do you want to produce magical light?
I mean,
I mean,
Dan,
dark
anybody got
vision
some light?
exists.
I can turn on my goggles
Gama,
for
how
an
deep,
hour.
how far down can you see, buddy?
Ophelia
Dancing
does
lights.
dancing lights. Charlotte
Yeah.
puts on her goggles. Gama squeezes his head sort of in, and he's like, boss, I think this might be advanced darkness. I can't actually see the steps after a certain
Oh
point.
no!
And
Advanced darkness.
the dancing lights get eaten by the darkness. You still sort of feel the magical connection that they're active, but they're not working. And the night vision goggles also don't seem to work.
Well, this
Hey,
is dark darkness.
well, that seems like Endures. We'll deal with that when we have to fight in there.
I mean, I do feel kind of at home.
Yeah, you do, buddy.
Oh,
You wouldn't believe how often I had to feel around with my feet.
I could see it.
They're broad and easy to feel things.
They are. You have very useful feet, Enders. Wow, that feels
It's
like
not
something I
like-
shouldn't say.
No.
Yeah.
I
mean,
appreciate
it's
it.
not like there's any other direction to go, is there, except for down?
No. Which you do feel maybe a little odd, but it's possible the temple has like been changed by what all this craziness that's happening.
I use my investigator dedication feat. That's odd.
I mean, yeah.
God, that'd be funny.
If anyone wants to give me a perception check,
Yes.
Yeah.
do.
general studying the area.
Nope. I ain't see shit.
Avi, you do find it a little conspicuous that in leading this stairway leading down into darkness has candles ready to go.
Yeah. It feels like a trap.
No, it feels like it feels like it could be ritually too. Like the candles could get around the advanced darkness.
Well, I guess
I
the
don't-
alternative is to go in.
Well, here's what we'll do. I take a candle.
You take a candle.
I light the candle.
Well, the candles are all
Light.
already lit,
Okay,
actually.
I put it on Choco's head. Choco,
Ooh,
they
squishy.
no take candle.
No take candle. Joko grows some whiskers.
There we go.
No.
Oh, what the hell?
What is.
There is a famous race from World of Warcraft, the kobolds, who all live underground and are like large kind of rat people, and they all wear candles on their heads, and they all say just, no, take candle.
Oh, it was a World of Warcraft reference?
It's
Yes.
a deep cut,
It's a deep
Oof,
cut.
Okay.
which they actually evolved into lore at one point, because it turns out culturally they're all terrified of a shadow demon.
Aww.
Here.
They're just afraid
Makes
of it.
sense.
Oh, Kachio, your harness looks so fashionable.
It's a lovely
Aw,
color.
see, everyone
It
loves
makes
you.
them look
Um,
like a Luna.
Oh.
Do you
Yes.
ask Gama to proceed into the darkness?
Well, I asked Choco to proceed into the
Darkness.
darkness.
Choco takes a few tentative steps, and the light actually does illuminate into the darkness. You can see more of the stairs.
Alrighty. More
Maybe
candles.
make an Arcana check just to see if we can replicate that light somehow without replicating the maybe.
You
I
can
don't
make an
know.
Arcana check.
I can certainly try. How's a 40?
You think this is very special wax.
Okay.
Wait,
In fact, it seems less like wax, and almost more like tree sap.
could I,
Yuck.
Yes,
Matt?
the art.
It's right there. And it's all clumped together. And yes, it's burnt down. But is there a way I can use the resources that's there to make something from them into a better light source?
I mean, there's prodigious amounts of wax. It's like dripped halfway down the wall to the floor. There's been so many candles that have been left here to just drip away, and there's still so many that are lit. It's a lot of candles. The candles are the only light in this part of the hallway.
Opening up a list of the Anadi things I learned: basket weaving, blanket making, candle
I-
making.
Macrame.
I can do that.
I mean,
Macrame.
you can certainly forge your own candle out of it. Do you want to make a like specific shape or anything, or just make another candle and light it?
I would say let's make an orb-like candle. So like a circular one with the wick on top, so that it melts internally into the inside as opposed to over the sides.
Okay.
So it doesn't burn hands accidentally. I mean, it will, but eventually, but for the time being.
Okay.
50.
You make a almost perfect sphere of a candle. It's like, despite it being wax, it's very smooth and almost a little shiny now.
Just multiple hands grabbing and like muffing like a snowball all together, and then just a little boop. And then it's got that held out. Goes candle.
It's decently heavy.
I mean, I can carry it. I've got extra hands.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a candle on Choco's head, and we've got the orb in Charlotte's.
Mhm.
That should be enough.
Yeah, I mean, one candle seemed to produce, it's sort of like when the power goes out in your apartment and it's really dark, then the light from a candle, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you light the way, but like just your immediate surroundings practically.
Yeah. Well, I can alight on Charlotte's shoulder for now.
Okay. Do you all proceed down into the darkness?
Yes,
Mhm.
let's let Choco lead first. Igora and Gama. Ophelia, you're in front of me and Avi, and Doors, you stay in front of us as well. I think it's good if we
Oh,
have
not leave-
someone in the front and someone in
Not
the
leaving
back.
Endures at the back.
Nope.
No, he's going directly in front of us between Ophelia and Charlotte and Avi.
All right, so just to confirm, who's at the very front?
Choco.
Choco with the light.
Choco
Who's
Igora.
Who's at the very
Igora.
back?
Dama?
Charlotte and Avi technically,
Okay.
since she's on her shoulder.
Should Gamma be at the back?
That'll be fine.
And I should say the hallway is big enough that Gama doesn't have to really squeeze. He probably can't do, a little dance or anything.
I will say Avi be on swivel on my shoulder. Just in case.
On a swivel. Okay, yeah, sure.
A little
Yes.
turret.
Beep beep beep. I
Um,
wasn't gonna say meerkat, that's
all right.
insulting, but
you guys proceed down the stairs for like 5 minutes because I'm sure you're not like running.
No.
You
you
careful
shouldn't
pace.
run downstairs. It's
Full speed.
dangerous.
Full speed ahead.
You run over Choco. I'll say I'm not even making a roll for this. One thing you do note on the way down is that you do notice like where candles have gone before. There is wax like dripped on the floor. So obviously people have done this before you. Eventually you reach essentially like a T-junction where you hit the bottom of the stairs and there's a left path and a right path. If anyone wants to give me a perception check to see how far you can see down either way.
I would make a perception check, but I'm more looking to see which path has more wax drippings.
Okay, we got some good rolls here. It's a little hard to say it's about the same, and also, again, the candles aren't illuminating really far into the distance. Even the orb.
Can I hear anything?
Um,
Can I sense any?
you know what? With a 50 perception, I'm gonna say you hear very distantly, and it's even hard to tell which direction it isn't from. Kind of thump, thump, thump. But it does sound very distant. It almost sounds like it might be like on another floor or something, like above you or below you. It's pretty distant.
Something big is dumping around.
Might be related to the squashy thing.
Yeah, either upstairs or downstairs or somewheres. It's not in 60 feet of us.
No.
Great. That's good to hear.
I will say though, considering how far you went down the stairs, like you're walking for 5 minutes, you guys think you're pretty far into the ziggurat at this point. Like none of these walls are exterior facing walls. There's just
we'll run into a mummy tomb eventually.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Oops. Open a chest. Oops. Mummy rot.
Oh no. There goes the curse again.
So you guys have a choice before you, left or right. The walls appear unadorned, stone, kind of old. There appears to be no other light. It's just candles in the
Left
dark.
it is.
All right. I'm gonna say Charlotte. Give me a perception check.
I will try. It's really hard to see down here.
41.
Even with 4 eyes.
All right, as you guys turn and start kind of sneaking your way off the stairs down into the hallway, Charlotte, it occurs to you as you're leaving, because you thought, oh, left. You know, that's what they always say in like a labyrinth or a maze or something. Always go left, keep going always left. And you think, okay, but I'm gonna pull out one of like my colored chalks I use for like alchemical diagrams and stuff and mark the wall. And you turn around with the orb in hand and cast the light behind you. The doorway that you guys came down the stairs is gone.
Hmm.
You shine the light all around you, like you think maybe the door shifted to the roof or onto the other wall. The light illuminates blank walls everywhere. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
That's disconcerting.
This is so
You guys
evil.
have entered the Heart of the Temple puzzle.
Thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of Strength of Thousands. Join us next time as we get to this beating heart and rip it out. And yeah, other shows on the channel. Tomorrow night, Sprout Stream. Wednesday night, Wild Ambition. Friday night, The Astral Calling. And we'll see you all. Oh, also, all the episodes for Strength of Thousands, minus this one, which will be up on Monday, will be up on Friday. So everything's fully
Nice.
caught up for that.
Yay!
Wild Ambition will start getting caught up next week. I have 55 gigabytes of episodes to finish uploading. So here we
And
go.
we love you for it, Will.
You're killing it. You're killing it.
I've discovered that now with the new internet, it's no longer painful to upload the episodes. It doesn't take like an hour and a half, so it's wonderful. But yeah, so check out all those shows. Check us out on YouTube, Twitter, X, Blue Sky, maybe Tumblr soon, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone.